Call Halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Mashiach. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. Shalom, Yasharella. Today's lesson is going to be titled, Reprove not a scorner, avoid shame, a blot. We're going to precept this on out. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Yasharella, Salakia, Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. Proverbs chapter 9, verse 7. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot, mark, or stain, tarnish the good character or reputation. With that being said, we must let the scorner scorn and the scoffer scoff. Let's continue to preach the gospel of math, truth. Love conquers all. And love is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Mashiach, as it states in 1 John chapter 4, verse 8. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Mashiach, knowing some of those same scorners, scoffers, may be your next convert, soul saved. Proverbs chapter 9, verse 8. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. There we go. Unneeded hate from a scorner, which might have had a legion of demons on him already. We must remember we are physicians dealing with patients, as it states in Matthew chapter 9, verse 12. Those same scoffers may actually need your prayers. And the wise men will love you because they understand that they're not supposed to despise chastening or rebuking when they're in the wrong. Iron sharpeneth iron, so as a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. I pray that the spirit of discernment is with you, brothers and sisters, so we can tell the patients, scoffers, scorners from the wise men. Proverbs chapter 9, verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. Self-explanatory. Revelations chapter 22, verse 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. There we go. Self-explanatory. Preach the gospel as a witness. His sheep will hear his voice and follow. Salakia, chapter 15, verse 16 through 17. He hath set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt. Before man is life and death, and whether him liketh shall be given him. There we go. He has set fire and water before us, life or death. And whatever one of you choose, it will be given. Reign in hell or serve in heaven. Fire and brimstone, pits of hell, or water and a pure fountain of life, immortality. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 1. Be ye therefore followers of all of God, Salakia. Use dear children, and walk in love, as Christ also hath loved us, and hath given himself for us, an offering and a sacrifice to God, for a sweet smelling Savior. But fornication and all uncleanness and covetousness, let it not be once named among you, as becometh saints. Neither filthiness nor foolish talking nor jesting, with which are not convenient, but rather giving thanks. Now let's break this down. We're supposed to walk in love as Yahushai Mashiach has, Christ, which most, if not all, know he defeated death, as it speaks about in Revelations chapter 18, chapter 1, verse 18, and 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 55 through 58. which lets me know that the love he walked in conquered the exact hate we face today. So for anyone wanting to become partakers of that victory, it would be wise to do the same. Let's walk in love and fight to become the first fruits of off his righteous branch, removing ourselves far as possible from sin, which gives us way to become saints, and reminding ourselves not to get worked up by the scorners, scoffers, and start arguing, jesting with them. There are patience, as it states in Isaiah chapter 1, verse 5. And us being physicians need to show patience with our patients. Patience does perfect work, as stated in James chapter 1, verse 4. One last precept, Sirach chapter 8, verse 4. Jest not with a rude man, lest thy ancestors be disgraced. There we go. Further reason for us to keep our cool in the spiritual battlefield. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Mashiach willing. This was edifying. Call, Halal, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Shalom, Yasharallah.